horribly in this budget is funding for K-12. Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to mingle with about 10,000 people, and what I did was to stop and talk with groups of people all along the way about what's going on. And I heard from many, many educators of all kinds, from classroom aides to teachers, principals, all of the above. And I am really sorry to hear the state of our schools when they're telling me, parents are telling me that they had to cut music. We have no music teachers at our school anymore. We have no art teachers. We have no counselors. We used to share a counselor. Now we have none. And the math teacher who told me he is making less money now than he did 5 years ago when he accounts for inflation. And that is not the fault of any school board. It's not the fault of anybody else, but the 90 people who write this budget, plus the governor, year after year after year, all of them who've ever held office in the past several years, hold responsibility for the fact that our teachers' wages are still behind the 8 ball. Because we keep talking about teachers' wages, but you have to consider the comprehensive cost of K-12. The roof still needs to be fixed, the buses still need to be run, the curriculum needs to be updated. So thank goodness we've got some DAA money in here, because that's for books and buses basically. We have a lot of updating to do of our curriculum, but we still have all of these things where we're behind in our K-12 system in Arizona, being 47th, 48th, 49th every single year. We fund our per pupil rankings are the lowest in the nation.
To that point, Mr. Chairman.
To the point?
Yeah, to the point. The point is that is comparing us against New York with the cost of living in LA. If you look at the report that ATRA puts out, that we're about anywhere, it changes from year to year, 25 to 30th. We could be better than that, but that's based on actual living in Arizona, not living in New York.
Okay, Senator Epstein.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Continue.
Chair, Senator Leach, I look forward to seeing that report. I have to tell you, I look at the rankings from many different sources, and most of them allow for the different cost of living from one geographic area to another.
Mr.
And
Chairman,
still we are in the bottom of the barrel. Mr. Chair, may I just finish my
go ahead.
comment?
Yeah,
Mr. Leach can
Mr.
go
Chairman,
afterwards.
you will find simply call 1-800-ATRA.
All right, continue.
And you'll get the,
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, let's let Senator Epstein
Well, I think she's
finish.
going to bring that up.
Mr. Chairman, to that point, I
Okay,
would
to that point.
ask that Senator Epstein be allowed to continue with her remarks uninterrupted.
Well, I
And-
can't stop to the point, but although obviously the
You're in
definition
charge,
of,
mister.
the definition of to the point here is somewhat like the definition of residency for elected officials.
Hey.
Continue, Senator Epstein.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, colleagues and Mr. Chair. The K-12 inflation funding has not been funded year after year. As you know, in the past 4 or 5 years, we have had incredibly high inflation, and we have not come back from it. 1 year, we tried to adjust for it. I worked very hard to make sure that that budget had the $300 million in the budget to actually make that inflation adjustment to bring us on parity. But in the wisdom that is this institution, it was done only one time. So we are at least $300 million behind on inflation. Plus this year, I believe I was told it was another $32 million behind. Our kids, our education system should be, must be, is my priority. I don't know what's going on with the rest of these budgeteers when we're choosing some of these things that just don't make any sense to me at all. We really don't need to be supplementing the racehorse industry. We really don't need to be supplementing other private businesses. But our education for all of our kids needs to be funded better. And by the way, when we increase and bring our education per pupil amount up to meet inflation, that helps those who are in an ESA voucher as much as it helps those who are in a public school. So I'm not even saying it has to be one side or the other, just our kids. We are not helping our kids be prepared for the global competition for which they are about to enter.
Okay, members, by the way, this is discussion, not vote explanation, so usually discussion is committee debate on issues, but I don't have a problem if you want to do your vote explanation now, as long as you don't be repetitive when we do the actual vote explanation.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I just observed with the K through 12 funding thing, I don't believe we have a funding problem. I think we have a management problem. We don't pay teachers, we don't pay administrators, but we have seen explosive growth over the last 12 years that I've been here. Explosive growth of the administration of education, not the delivery of education, but the administration of education. And I use Tolleson School District as a case in point. Tolleson couldn't show up for their JLAC hearing, yet they are planning on building a $200 million dome. Meanwhile, their math and reading scores, 26th percentile. Graduating 92% of their kids. Just let that sink in, folks. We've got a school system that is getting tons of money, and their output sucks. Now, I don't believe that we should be rewarding bad behavior. So it's up to the school districts. In fact, I've asked my colleagues on the other side of the aisle a number of times, what's the number? Tell me what the number is for fully funding education. And finally, about 3 years ago, I got a frank answer that said, well, we could spend 100% of the budget and it wouldn't be enough. So this fictitious notion that we have a funding problem with education, I'm going to challenge that. It's a management problem at the school district level. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other quote-unquote discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to talk about a bill that I forget the exact number, the independent prison oversight that Senator Bullock raised, and